man, Pastor Jennings, I never thought I would be doing this. Bill of divorce, guys. We're going to be talking about bill of divorce. Guys, remember I told you I always filter everything through the scriptures, through the Torah, through the prophets. That's where you have to start so you can understand. Then you have a bunch of examples of how things were done. You can't just be taking stuff out and making things up. Read. What's the first side? Deuteronomy 24. Read.
It says, when a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that he find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanliness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house.
See? So if he finds something unclean, he needs to give her a bill of divorce. You know, I'm gonna say, because not everybody sings all the time. He needs to write her a bill of divorce. He needs to put it in her hands, and he needs to send her out of the house. He needs to send her out of the house. So there's three things that has to happen. He can't just send her out. No, that's not good. You need to write it. You need to put it in her physical hands, concrete, and then you put her out of your house. That's what you got to do. Read.
Verse 2, and when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
Guys, this is coming from Moses. This is literally coming from the Torah. The first 5 books right here. It says, when she departs out of this house, she may go and be another man's wife. So when Jennings is saying that if you go and get divorced and you go to be, you are committing adultery, he's adding to the word. The word say don't add or don't diminish. He's literally adding and changing it. How do you explain this, Pastor Jennings? It says right here, it says, and when she departs out of his house after she got the bill of divorce, after it was put in her hands, after he was put out, she may go and be another man's wife. Do you see that, or is that just
as clear as day?
Is this me just making up because I want to, because I'm looking for something to feed my little feelings and emotions and opinion, or is it right there?
Deuteronomy 24, verse 2.
That's it. Now read. There's rules. Read verse 3 and 4.
And if the latter husband hate her,
so there's a latter husband. So that means there's a latter husband, second husband, right? So she had 2. Read.
And write her a bill of divorcement, and giveth in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house. Or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former.
Stop. So look, go back. So look at once again. Put in write her a bill of divorce. What's it? Put it in her hands and send her out of the house. Or there's another one. If he dies. So these are 2 ways. A bill of divorce release you from the law of your husband, or death release you from the law of your husband.
That's it.
That's what it says right there. Now go to 4.
Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife, after that she is defiled, for that is an abomination before Yah. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance.
Now I'm going to stick to the book. But if I was to give my wife a bill of divorce, put it in her hands, and send her out of the house, and then she goes to lie with another man, and then let's say that another man either gives her a bill of divorce, put in his hand, send her out, or he dies. He just croaks and dies. I'm like, oh, and maybe we reconcile. We got things together. Say, oh, you know something? Well, I'll take you back. No, I can't. Take. That's sin. That's not what it says. And thou should not cause the land to what? Sin. Which Yahweh, thy Elohim, give thee for inheritance. See, I can't take her back. Even if I wanted to take her back. Maybe for the sake of the children, maybe sake of, just, let's get it back and rekindle the love. No, I can't take her back.
Abomination.
It's an abomination. What J-Lo, what Ben Affleck and J-Lo did, that is an abomination. But everybody think like, oh, they're so cute. They were engaged. They had a relationship. Then she went to go marry another man because they broke it off. Went with another man, and then they got divorced. Now she went back to Ben Affleck. She is a hoe. J-Lo is a hoe. I don't know if you guys J-Lo fans are, but she's a hoe.
Oh, she's definitely a hoe.
And Ben Affleck he's sinning. He shouldn't have taken her back because the fact that once one thing goes in there and it comes out, another one comes in, bro, it's off limits now. Yours got to be the last one to go up in there. When somebody else go in there, it's shop is closed. I know now I'm being really hard, but this is book. This is biblical. I'm not asserting, I'm not adding, I'm not taking away. I'm just sticking to the book. This Pastor Jennings dude guy, he's adding to it.
Yep.
Saying that a woman can't be free. So, and this is him condemning so many people who probably was given a bill of divorce, and now they think like, I can't never get married. No, you can. It says it right there. You're free to go be another man's wife.
That's
it's
it.
right there. All right. Is there another one that we had on that one?
Yep.
So that is divorce.
So
right
25, 26.
Go to yes, read that. And then look at, and he says, anyone that divorces. Well, I don't know what he said, but he says anyone divorced, it's wrong. Look what it says in Sirach 25, 26. Matter of fact, if you go before that, but we won't be able to. But it says, don't let a woman just get abroad doing what she wants. And look what it gives a reason for divorce. If you want to know, this is one good reason to give a divorce to a woman. And it makes sense because a man needs to rule his house. If the woman is going freaking crazy, AWOL, you got to do something about it. Let me go to work. Let me go for the Packers and just run amok and expect them to keep me around. No, they're going to fire me. They're going to cut me from the team. And a man needs to do the same thing. If his woman is not trying to be on the team and she's being disruptive and being a cancer, he needs to cut her off. Read verse Sirach 25, 26.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go.
Right there. Hey, Pastor Jennings, you reading Sirach? Are you reading the same Sirach? Ecclesiasticus. It's right there. It says if she does he know about this? He's got to know. If she goes not as thou wouldest have her. If I tell my woman to go and she just completely rebelling and not doing things, I'm going to cut her off of thy flesh. And I will give her a bill of divorce and let her go.
And you have an example with Nebuchadnezzar, right?
Yeah.
With Vashti.
Yes.
And that's not even an Israelite.
He told her to come. She wouldn't come. And so he had to cut her off because if he didn't, guess what? Everybody would be looking. And he even says what? All the women would think they could just be, it will embolden women to be rebellious. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring this in. My ex-wife who left, if I would, she's so emboldened to do what she do. She's writing a book about her treacherous ways in the Christian circle. In the Christian circle. People like, wow. Imagine I take her back out in bold. If I was taking her back out in bold breed to act crazy. Oh, you allow. It says right here, guys, Sirach. I want Jennings to explain to me what is this saying? Did he just take his Bible and he cross out Sirach 25 verse 26?
Yeah, that's only a few chapters after anyway.
Did I make this? Everybody, please, guys, mark this up. We're going to keep moving forward, but please look it up yourself. I didn't put this in here. I'm sticking to the book. I haven't added anything. If she goes not as thou would have her, if she won't do what you want her to do, cut her off and give her a bill of divorce. Don't just cut her off. Give her a bill of divorce and let her go.